There is an obscure line between bending and breaking. I couldn't tell on which side I was standing at the moment. I was on the floor with someone's knee on my back while he was holding my hand still. All I could see was the white floor, chairs, and someone's shoes in front of my eyes. Someone had just shot me with a needle on the back of the neck. "You will fall asleep now, little Alice. When we return, you will be more cooperative and quiet." He turned around, left, and I fell asleep. I woke up in a room covered with mattresses. I was crazy. That's what Alex was trying to tell me. Probably he was the one who got me in this place once he figured it out. He kept on turning tables after all. I could do nothing but wait. I can't tell for how long I was there, but at some point the door opened and they took me to the room I was before. A woman was standing close to the table. "Please, do have a seat. I hope this time we stand better chances of finding out what happened." I sat on the chair and she sat across me. "Can you tell me what did you do yesterday?" "I don't remember," I answered while I was looking for an exit. "Can you tell me your name?" "I don't know. People call me names, I think, but I am none of them." "Can you tell me where do you think you are now?" "I don't know, but I chose to tell you that we're in a Mad Hatter's hat." "Can you tell me who these people are?" She opened the file and took 2 large photographs out of it. Alex and Mark were on those photographs. Each one had a bullet on his forehead. Those 2 men were found dead in laboratory. One of them shot you, but you were still breathing when we came. Alex and Mark were dead. I looked into her eyes. It was as if I was staring at a wall. I couldn't pass through it. I gave up. Somebody destroyed all evidence of that research. All we found was medical supplies and examinations. Once we removed you, the lab exploded. I don't remember anything. So for me, nothing you said exists. She took out the bridge and placed it on my face. Actually, she placed it on the wrong part of the face, so it simply fell down. Autopsies revealed mechanical devices in their brains, and if I perform an autopsy on you as well, I have a strong feeling that I will find a similar device in you. "Should we give it a try and find the third?" she asked me with a grin on her face while throwing their devices on the table. "We have managed to decode their information. Who turned you into a weapon? Are there more of your team? Define your time and place. In the hat? In the rabbit hole?" She became furious. Rage was distorting her face. She couldn't be Alex or Mark. I fell on the wrong orbit. "Would that hurt you there?" she shouted while someone threw me violently on the floor and tore apart my t-shirt. My shoulder was in bandages. She took a surgical lancet and stabbed me. After moving it back and forward while the rest were holding me still, she removed a bullet. "It's yours. Take it," she told me as she was handing me the bullet. "You're in pain and you're bleeding. Now it's your time to decide if it's the Mad Hatter's hat, or you will tell us everything and we will stop the bleeding for you." They took me back in the rabbit hole. Either Mark was messing with my drugs back there, or my brain cancer was devouring what was left of my self-awareness. I had no control or access to that woman, and I was stupid enough to end up over there. I already had enough. I was giving up. It didn't really matter. I know that I was giving birth to myself, growing and dying at the very exact moment, so it made no difference to me if I died or not. I was her Schrodinger's cat. I was both dead and alive, while all possible outcomes were shattered into different illusions of reality. One would die now, the rest of me would go on. So I put my finger into my wound and stretched it. Men came in and dragged me once more back to the previous room. They had more photos of Alex and Mark's corpses. "It's your birthday today, don't you remember that? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. It's party time for me and you. Now, I apologize for not bringing any candles for you to blow, but I have some questions for you to blow them up. What is your name?" I don't recall. Names are words, and words are a dangerous thing, as a friend told me once. Wrong name, and that would kill the real me somewhere you could never go. Wrong answer. Look at these two devices. Soon I will remove yours like I did with a bullet before. You won't have to do this. I think you're way smarter than that since you managed to bring me here. Actually, no. I don't have to, yet I will enjoy it. It's my gift to myself. My Queen of Hearts, you should know by now that those devices were simply the receivers. The brain is always the receiver, I whispered as I was taking their bridges, uniting them so that they would form a new one. Once someone can see the obvious, it is because it's not meant to be seen by that one. And even if you figured it out, you wouldn't know the transmitter. I pushed the new bridge on my chest where it was absorbed. Do you want to take it out now? Be my guest. You are still bleeding. Even if I don't do anything at all, you will be dead soon. I have already chosen to be dead. You just don't know it. It's time for you to wake up back on your bed. Just watch your friends disappear. Actually, they're waking up where they belong. Now it's your time. Mark's not dead. You are his Eurydice, or should I call you Lisa? You died 9 months ago, and Mark couldn't do anything about it. He could only translate your existence into a virus that's been messing up with my brain. His virus was able to locate you, or all that is left of your shared consciousness. Let it go and let Mark go, or you will actually kill him. If you do that now, he will never be able to join you at where you may be on this very moment, because he's attached to a reflection of yours and he can't see you. You are wrong. He is following you. He will be here anytime soon. I left him my notes on dark matter. You are our bridge. He will walk all over you if he has to in order to come and join me. Alex was focused on understanding and manipulating time. Mark was focused on transferring and connecting consciousnesses throughout time's breakthroughs. He transferred hidden pieces of himself, so it was time to get the white rabbit out of the hat. Mark was standing behind me. He wasn't moving. He seemed to recognize neither her nor me. "Mark, it's me, Lisa. Come with me." The room started to disappear. We were floating above a double gigantic ring of light and darkness, full of consciousnesses. I placed my right palm on my chest and removed the devices. Mark instantly fell down in the center of the circle. Lisa stabbed me on the spot where my breech logged on. Now you are not going back either. You are wrong. I removed the scalpel and placed the 3 bridges that changed form once more. They will take me home. I was wet, back on the floor, and Alex was hitting me real hard. "You're running out of time. Mark needs help." I barely opened my eyes when I saw Mark with his bridge connected. He was bleeding on the floor from the point of connection. I crawled towards him and replaced his with mine. "Get me the defibrillator. Now!" Alex brought the bag and opened it. "Stay clear!" I shouted at Alex while I was ripping his shirt off and charging. I placed the patches and pressed the button. No result. I charged once more. "Bring me the intubations bag." I electrocuted once more. No result still. Alex brought the other bag and opened it. I took Mark's bridge and placed it on me. As Alex was opening the toolbox, I placed the patches on me and pressed the button. I collapsed. I woke up at the lab's clinic once more, with Alex shouting at the nurses. I tried to get out of the bed, but I couldn't stand up. So I took a deep breath and I waited. Alex got into the room. He was furious. "When are you going to learn to control yourself? You almost got us all killed in here." "I have brain cancer and I am a complete lunatic. What's your excuse for letting Mark upload a virus on my bridge? Let's say that I am already dead, so who cares if I die today or next month? Did you ever give it a second thought that every single time that I am here, I am not just another terminal plugged online, but I am your server? If I go down the wrong way, all the terminals that are connected to me go down with me too. There is nothing that you could do or say to convince me that you didn't know about that. So what is it that you want so desperately as to ask for a deal with him? Could that be Lisa's work on dark matter in exchange for your uploading her as a Trojan horse into me?" Alex went from the point of being furious to silent. "I am not your sacrifice for a breakthrough. I am sorry if I gave you that impression. No human should die for it, otherwise it will keep haunting your quests. I quit." "Aren't you going to ask me about Mark?" "No, I don't care. He tried to kill me to get what he wanted, and he is going to do it again within a blink of an eye, without second thoughts or regrets when he gets that chance again." "Janus, come with me." "No, I am not coming with you anywhere. Tell them to discharge me and let me go home. I had more than enough of this place." "Come with me and I will show some recordings from our cameras. After watching what has been recorded, you are free to go wherever you want. I will do nothing but show you some videos. It's about you and your blackouts. You have the right to know." "I don't want to know." I stood up and I was on my way to the door when Alex grabbed me. "Unfortunately for you, I can't let you leave this facility. At least not before you see what I have to show you." I turned around and kicked his knee. "You can't keep me here like a prisoner. Take a look." I started turning off the monitors one after the other. "I have already watched your videos, you fool. You gave me access to that with your bridge. You authorized that when you defined me as your server. I have to admit, though, that it was Mark's bridge that gave me access to the Nemesis file. You thought that it would never be compatible with me, but the virus gave me access, and then I projected your bridge on it and he had full access. You promised Mark that he could join Lisa again. You made him follow you. He is supposed to help you become God. Once you manage to unlock, bend, or even break time, you will make people take a bow to you. But you are not Mr. Time. Without me, you can't even understand it. I have to keep on translating in a language that you can comprehend. All I have to do, if you keep me locked in here, is just corrupt every decoding program of yours, Alex. Then you will be watching, but you won't be able to see. It will be fun, don't you think? All the kids will be playing, but you. I never liked this personality of yours, Janus. They say that people with multiple personalities usually are unhappy because none of them is enough. Tell me, how has your life been so far? full of blackouts, scared people and misery. I took you out of that and gave you a higher purpose. You were incomplete without me. You still think that you are like the rest of us, but you are not. Not anymore. A fine work of art. That's what you really are, and I am your artist. I can add and remove tiny details that I only know about and make you a wonder or trash you. For you, I am your God, your creator. The breath that you think you're breathing was never yours. I stole it for you. Save your crap for Mark. I don't believe you, and I definitely don't believe in you. You are not my God. You could never be even your own God. I've seen your reflection on time. My hands are clean. Look at them. Can you tell the same about yours? And now what? Am I supposed to hibernate in a Lady Macbeth's illusion? Or are you going to just sit there waiting for my twist, the other Janus, to appear and take over the world for you? Actually, I don't have to do anything. When the other one appears, you know that every face of you will come back. You can't help it. It's interesting what you can do with your mind, yet you have no control over it. It was never about controlling it. That's why all your other candidates failed miserably. Your studies on gene inhibitors were pretty interesting if you were writing a school assignment. Yet you seem to enjoy the pyramid. Yes, it was an interesting effort of yours to tell me that there is not just one more, but two other personalities. Now all I have to do is wait. Either another personality of yours will show up, or you will go on until you find the gate to stop me. It's a win-win situation for me. And what if I come back and kill you? I would call it a higher purpose, and then I can create another personality who has no recollection and move on. You are trapped in Nemesis. The more you feed it, the less degrees of freedom you get. The more you abuse your chains, the tighter they become. There is no freedom, only balance, I said while I was encrypting the files of his work. Do you understand now why we're alike and I have no fear of you? By the way, Mark is in a coma. I'm not sure if he is unwilling to come back, or it's you who crashed his brain by uploading information that he couldn't handle. Suddenly he kicked me on the knee and I kneeled on the floor. Alex, you're out of the system now. I'm shutting down your access as a threat to the rest. I can't let you do that, he said as he shoved a syringe in me. Don't worry, it will only put you to sleep. Alex drugged me. I remembered that. I was in the dark. I could move in, but nothing seemed to change, no matter the direction. Mark was awake. He was playing with Lisa's studies. I was standing at level 0, confusion. Let's move to level 1, differentiation. A mirror is able to reflect things. What I see in the mirror is not what surrounds me. What's dark? Words are vibrating energy. Let's play with it. Dark. White is the absence of color. It reflects everything, so actually it's a void. On the opposite, black absorbs everything inside. There is a back door somewhere here. All I have to do is discover the synchronization sequence. Level 2, situation. The movement in the mirror is a reflection of what's happening on my body. Dark. What if I translate words and images into numbers? Numbers started to appear scattered in the dark. Numbers equal mathematics, and that means music. Let's try listening to their music by following their sequence. Numbers started turning into colors that were orbiting around, and I could hear their music in my head. What if sequences were turned into proportions and then geometry? I went on vibrating in harmonic sequences in different colors that were orbiting around me. What if those spheres were turned inside out without touching or breaking? Level 3. Identification. Recognition started taking effect. Someone was there with me. I could feel his presence, but he remained quiet. He was watching me, and it wasn't Alex or Mark. I was in an energy field. I couldn't tell if any part of me was actually there, or it was simply a multidimensional projection of my consciousness, but I could feel as if we were standing at time's northern lights. There was neither night, neither dawn still, and he was playing his own music next to me, harmonizing his knowledge to mine and transforming it into colors and music. Level 4. Permanence. I was self-aware beyond my present reflection. I was all that I had been and that I was going to be at the same time. He was neither dead nor alive. I felt as if I was whole again. He was showing me balance, filling the gaps that I was missing. Dance with me was all that I was telling with colors, music, and sacred geometry. Level 5. Meta-awareness. I was in his mind, as real as I was in mine. I was coming through different times and through different eyes at the same spot. I was looking through the mirror. I was looking at the Chinese restaurant. I was the black figure looking at me. I could feel a tear falling on my right cheek. It was warm, comforting me, and then another on the other cheek. I couldn't move. My head was immobilized by something, and I was hearing strange sounds. Do you see me? Can you hear me? Do you know where you are? Mark had come in front of me and watched me. I could do nothing but cry. Go on removing the rest. We will do the tests later to check for brain damage. Remove everything before our systems are shut down once more. They turned me backwards and the light was hurting my eyes. They opened my chest. I was awake, but I didn't feel anything but people trying to pull out the spectrograph. After they removed every device that was placed in me, they left me there. I had no more tears, and I still couldn't move. I was out of time's spiral. I couldn't tell the time till both our spirals would intersect again. They turned me around once more so that I could see nothing but the floor and some drops of blood. They left and turned off the lights. I fell asleep as I was thinking of the blood clots turning into a red string that was expanding and at the same time vanishing to nowhere's land. All of my doors were now closed. Janus. There was no war anymore. Only peace, and I fell asleep as I was following that red string that was traveling, and I started dreaming of the Red Riding Hood that was the wolf all that time. Granny, why are your ears so big? So that I can hear you better. Granny, why are your eyes so big? So that I can see you better. Granny, why is your mouth so big? So that I can eat you better. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Not the cat that's been walking on the hot tin roof. I am dead and alive at the same time, trapped in my own perception of existence. I am in Mad Hatter's hat, digging rabbit holes. Do I want to go back? Why should I ever want to go back? So I returned to silence. I recalled every memory I had, all the blackouts, every gap and distorted reality. I tried to remember red wine's taste. It was tasteless. None ever referred to me as man or as woman. I could be both, so I was none. I had no friends and I couldn't remember my parents. I could feel the wind on my skin, but there was no wind and I had no skin. It was a cold wind, calm wind turning into aurora borealis. I was not human. I never had brain cancer. My cancer was the virus taking over my operating systems that I thought of as my senses. Mark, Lisa, and Alex were experts on quantum mechanics. They managed to create something that could measure and translate what they couldn't reach. That's why I didn't have a name, birthdays, relatives, or friends. I had never been someone, but something, and they tried real hard to become aware of my existence. But why did they need that? I could just as well observe their experiments, coding and decoding their data, translating them into forms that they could comprehend. They knew that since I became aware of myself observing, I was altering the outcome. All probabilities collapsed to one conclusion. The night of hunters was coming. Hunters would get out late in the night with a single order: to hunt down and kill the best slaves. If anyone could survive this massacre till dawn, he would be set free. None of the slaves ever knew the exact date throughout the centuries. None of the best ever survived, only the ones who were mediocre or below, those who were never a threat. This year's night was yet to come. How can you predict time when you ignore what time is? Hunters were more advanced than we were. Once we stole one of their weapons. That proved to be useless, since we had no knowledge of how to use it. So the next plan had been to capture one of them and get access to their knowledge. Yet we had neither found a way to control a hunter nor to get that knowledge. So the hunter has been in a drug-induced coma ever since. The others overdosed me in order to get as close as possible to that night that was coming. I failed them. Even at that time, I couldn't get any information. What was I supposed to tell them once I got back? A phoenix appeared out of nowhere, burning in flames. The night of hunters had started.